displaced as we are by the demolition.
The Section 106 contributions and the infrastructure levy.
Council estates in the borough, Westbury and Fenwick.
We're asking people to go to Hustings, in whatever constituency they're in, and ask the candidate for MP about their record of supporting or opposing the estate demolition programme within their constituency. We're in Vauxhall here. This is one of the constituency in the borough of Lambeth. Last Thursday we went to Hustings, which was being held, for the five candidates. And they went through about 10 different questions. They began with Brexit as always, but housing was completely left off of it, right until the end. When we raised the question from the floor about asking the question about estate demolition, it wasn't taken by the chair. We complained about this afterwards, and so we were challenged to hold our own hustings, which is what we're doing tonight. Well, until the snap election was called, I think it was generally accepted that the issue of housing was kind of the key political issue in London. Last year in the mayoral elections, all the candidates said it was. Since the election was called, it seems to have got swept under the carpet. It's not surprising in a way, because both the two leading political groups, Conservative and Labour, their housing policies are actually a blueprint, we think, for estate demolition and redevelopment. The reason we're doing this in Vauxhall is that here the council is a Labour council, Lambeth Labour Council, and all three MPs within the constituency are also Labour members of the Labour Party. So there's a collaboration, if you like, between Parliament and Council on what is an extremely aggressive estate demolition programme. A few years ago, Myatts Field North estate was demolished and redeveloped, with terrible consequences. That also is in the Vauxhall constituency. Lambeth are known across London as being it's closing its ears, if you like, as not being accountable to its constituents, not only in housing but in things like the Brixton Arches, which they've evicted, with the closure of 10 libraries, which they want to turn into gyms. We've done some research recently, and we've established that there are 155 estates in London being under threat either of demolition, or of privatisation, or of social cleansing by Labour councils alone. That equates to hundreds of thousands of residents who are going to lose their homes over the next Parliament, probably. This is a big issue, and it doesn't only affect the residents as well. When those residents are forced off of their estates, this is obviously going to rise up the price of housing and of rentals across London.